Hey everybody, I wanted to give you a quick walkthrough and demo of the AI-enabled help feature for the free ham radio exams. And so just to give you a little bit of background, I have been working on these free practice exams for the ham radio exams in the United States. The question pools here are published, so you can actually practice on the questions you'll see in the exam. That's how I was able to construct the tests a few months ago. And then I've been using it as a platform to try things with ChatGPT and the Responses API. I'll have some other videos on some of the design choices I made with that, why it's the Responses API versus the Agents API, and the simple answer there that's going to come up again is I wanted this to be a serverless application so that anyone could try it out. Okay, so we're over here, and this looks exactly like the other extra class practice test, but it has AI help. And so you can tell that because there's an AI help button. So we're going to say, what must the do for an amateur operator license? Let's see, let's say they have to do that. Okay, that's not it. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and it tells me what the right answer was, correct answer was. I'm going to hit AI help, and that brings up this dialog that asks me for my OpenAI API key. So like I said, this is serverless. I'm not charging for it. I'm not requiring people to log in as a result. And so the way to test this out right now is if you have an OpenAI API key, you can enter it here and test it out. If you don't, the exam will still work. You just can't get into the AI help. And that's because I don't want to figure out how to bill yet. I am still learning how much it costs to use the OpenAI API. And so this is very much just a test bed, but it's a test bed where other people can play with things as well. Now, having said that, there is no server behind this page. It's served off a Blogspot. And also you can see the source code either by hitting Control U or by going to the repository that I'll have a link to in the comments. But this key is only ever seen by your browser window. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And it's going to go off and call OpenAI and get some help for me on this question. And there we go. So we must submit the application document to the coordinating VEC, which we knew. So there's answer C, the correct one. And then it says after administering exam, they have to do that. Would you like to review what the VEC's role is in the licensing process or discuss any other exam procedures? Well, no, because what I want to show you guys is let's go talk about resonant circuits. And so here is one of my favorite questions. And it's asking about what's the resonant frequency of an RLC circuit. And I'm just going to randomly pick an answer. Got it right. Cool. And then I'm going to ask for help on this question. And we'll wait for the answer to come back. And by the way, the engine under the hood is GPT-4o Mini. But also, by the way, the system prompt is in the source code at the link you'll see in the comments below. Cool, so we got an answer back, and it says resonant frequency is this formula, and here is step-by-step how they got to the answer. Lovely. And then I have my canned question that I've been testing it with, the help facilities. And so what I'm going to ask is a follow-up question that says, drive the reasoning for this, starting with a differential equation for an RLC circuit, solve it step-by-step. Show how that solution leads to this answer. Hit AI help again, and what it's doing is it's actually sending back the entire conversation so far to the Responses AI API at OpenAI. And so it's gone off to think again, and it's doing the exact same thinking that when you use ChatGPT, the thinking that happens there. And we got our answer back. And so this is really cool, I think. Here's our differential equation. By the way, if you're studying for an exam, no, you do not need to know this for the exam. That first explanation is plenty. They go into the S solutions where S is a complex number. They solve for the quadratic. And so on to where they eventually get down to what the resonant frequency is and what that formula looks like. And so this is working actually pretty well. And you can try it out. I'll put the link down below. If you have an OpenAI key, you will be off and running. If you have any questions, I would love to talk more about this. I am learning as I go as well. There will be some more videos coming out about the things I learned about doing this. But any questions, please put them in the comments. Okay, everybody, have a really good afternoon. Talk to you soon.